Just figured I would record an update while I'm walking back to the camp after doing some work today and going to work and building my shelter. So the quick rundown on the updates is that I'm not going to be able to rent anytime soon. I have $5,000 in back rent from when I got arrested and sent to prison. I wasn't paying my rent for a month or two at least prior to that, and I think they chose to continue to charge me for rent while I was locked up. But anyways, it's whatever. I don't think they filed an eviction. I think they just chose to end my month-to-month lease, so there's that small win. But no one's gonna rent to me with $5,000 in back rent with felonies that I have. Plus, rent is so obscene out here that a studio apartment goes for like $1,100 if it's not part of some kind of subsidized housing program, like the last apartment I lived in. They had a sliding scale income thing, and your rent was based off of your income because they received certain grants from the state, whatever. So, for like a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, which is what I'm looking for because I'm trying to have a room for my son to go to eventually, it's going to be like between $1,300 and $1,600 at least a month for an apartment. So I popped online and did some research. There's a lot of houses, like a lot of manufactured homes and trailers and whatnot. Yeah, me in a trailer. Go fucking figure. I look like I belong there. About 150 grand, give or take. And for a 150 grand loan, my mortgage payment would be like $700, give or take. And then factor in like $150, $200 for water, sewer, garbage, electric. And that's within my pay range. I can do that easy with what I make now, even with my child support lien like it is. So I can get that negotiated and possibly actually start building a savings if I go this route. So that's been my plan, is get out of this tent. I'm building a shack, and there'll be videos of that up here soon. I'm editing them now. A software that I paid for on my phone, little app. It's actually pretty dope. It's a pretty decent, powerful little video editor for being a mobile app, and it's got a lot of built-in features, filters, and some AI stuff that I've been playing with. Anyways, so I'll have the video of the shack getting built uploaded whenever I get around to it. But yeah, so I'm gonna build a shelter, and I'm just gonna stay in that for a while, save up the money for the principal on a home loan or whatever. I don't know if I'm using the right terms. I don't give a fuck. But the down payment, basically, because most banking institutions want 10% down. So if I'm going to get a $150,000 loan, which is the max I'm looking for within my credit range, I need to save up $15,000. And at about $200 a week, that's going to be a while. So I figured I would make this living situation a little bit more manageable and, well, let's be honest, less shitty. So yeah, I started building some kind of little shelter to live in, and then I'm working on all kinds of other things. I came up on a vending machine, and I'm in the process of restocking it now with product. I have it switched over into my name, and I have the lock switched around. I'm gonna let that go so I can have some kind of background income. And then I'm going to just grind away, save money, do anything extra I can, because there's people that have been offering me extra work and things of that nature lately, so I might be able to get more money from doing other oddball jobs, and we'll just make this happen one way or another. I mean, I have my GoFundMe if anyone wants to donate, help me make my shelter costs easier so I don't have to spend as much of my money on building this shack. but I don't expect it at this point. I'm pretty much planning to do all this myself, regardless. That's not to sound arrogant or rude to anyone who's willing to donate. It's just that I've just gotten to the point to where we're all hurting so bad that no one really has that extra to hand out at this point. And who am I? But yeah. So, excuse the darkness. I have no way of lighting myself right now. I don't think. Do I have any extra lights on me? No, my flashlight's up at the camp. Well, that's shit. Alright. No, there's no light option on this thing. Robo. I'll just keep talking. So yeah, so I'm gonna get that shack built. Get it all done. And just camp out here probably through the winter. I hope that I don't get run out in the meantime. Because maybe if I hold my camera down here I can be seen a little bit better. Use the sky as the backdrop. But yeah, so my plan is just to live in the shack, hopefully off the grid for a little bit. I'm already most of the way done. I've got all the walls up. I've started on the roof, but I had to stop because the battery in my drill died. Once I get that roof on, I get the tarping up on it, I'm moving my bedding over to that and I'm taking the tent down. Because someone keeps coming up into my camp and messing with my stuff. I've had some of my tools and some of my wood come up missing. And then someone before that came up and I assumed drying, but hung up several pairs of panties and bras on my chair that I have by my campfire spot. Can't really make heads or tails of that, and they never came back for it, so it just makes it even weirder than what it was to begin with. But then someone was inside my tent and took one of my saws, and that really fucking bothers me. Because I can't risk someone coming through and stealing my shit every time I go to work. I'm not going to just sit and hang out at my campsite and protect my shit. So, like I said, the idea to build the shack started with a couple of chunks of large wood that I salvaged from my work. An old ping pong table. Like a ping pong or, yeah, it would have been a ping pong table. Anyways, as my floor, and then there's an old heavy solid wood door that I salvaged from an old wall that they took down. It's just shit that's been sitting around. And so originally I was gonna just build the shack with salvaged wood that I find, breaking down pallets and things and just building it up slowly. And then someone stole my tools to do that, and I can't keep running the risk of that happening, so I sped up my build project significantly to the point to where what I had planned to do in a couple of weeks I did in 2 days, basically. And so, like I said, I've got the base foundation down. It's a stilt house, and stomach hurts. I cemented in some 4x4s, and then built a basic 2x4 frame with some trestles or whatever the hell they're called in between, and I put the ping pong table down over top of that, and then screwed it down to the floor, or the foundation that I made. And then I'm right up against the fence that I built my tent by, so I'm using that, cutting some corners and using that fence as one of the walls and part of the foundation. So I built up 3 walls around it, and now, like I said, I was in the middle of getting the roof set up when my battery in my drill died. So I just ended up having to call it for the night. But yeah, I'm pretty much back to my camp now. When I started the videos about when I enter the woods that I'm in, and this whole walk, this whole video is basically how long it takes me to walk to and from my camp. So, got myself a little light right here. They're little solar lamps that I got from the Dollar Tree. I have them, that one down on the ground, and one in my hand so I can see what I'm doing, so you guys can see me a little bit better, hopefully. I'm also blinding myself in the process. Oh well. But yeah, so like I said, I've got my tent right here that I've been getting miserable in because it's fucking wet constantly. I live in Washington. And I also have, it's kind of hard to tell because of the lighting. It's dark right now. Here's the fence that I'm up against. And this is the start of my house. I got plastic sheeting up for the walls as extra protection. And then I've got my floor. Maybe I can't. I don't know, I'm having a hard time. But anyways, yeah, point fucking being is I have a pretty decent amount done. My walls go all the way up. I'm working on building the roof now. Yeah, I'm gonna call it for the night. Hey, look, I did a basic vlog in under fucking 20-30 minutes. Look at that. Like I said earlier, though, the support link from GoFundMe is going to be down in the description if anybody's feeling generous enough to help contribute to my build costs. Because I really do want to start saving money, preferably. So far, I haven't saved any money. If anything, I've sold off some more of my stuff in order to do this project. So I don't like e-begging, but I have the GoFundMe link. I have a Patreon and so on. Please, if you got the extra few bucks, send them my way. I really need it right now. I'm cutting into my food budget to make this happen, just so I can save money to not be out here for more than a couple of months. And thank you to everyone that's commented and had nice things to say as well, too. There's a lot of people that have said some very, very, very heartfelt things and continue to keep me positive and motivated while I go through all this and I work through this part of my life again. I can't stress enough that I'm grateful for everything. I don't know, I'm getting too old to ignore the value in something as simple as kind words. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Till the next one.